I'm Anthony Drizes, and joining me this morning for the opening bell is Joe Barrato, CEO of Arrow Investment Advisors. Joe, you're here at the New York Stock Exchange launching a new ETF. What sets it aside from all the other ETFs out there in the world?
First and foremost is that there's really no asset allocation yield strategy. You'll see yield strategies that are focused in, a fixed income side, maybe sovereign debt or corporate debt, or you'll see that focus on an equity only basket. By this being combined with equities and bonds, 150 securities, you're getting a real broad diversification globally and also from an asset class perspective. So that's what sets it apart. There's nothing like that in the marketplace today. And we think we're going to see more trends in the marketplace where we'll see more things like this come out.
How can investors implement this ETF in their portfolio?
I mean, a simple solution for us is that we believe that investors should think about this from a risk perspective. So it moves like an equity, high yield moves like an equity. So you want to make sure that when you're putting it into your portfolio, you're thinking about putting it into the proper place from a risk perspective. So we see it as a core holding that will allow investors to get exposure to the movements of the equity markets, but with a single focus of giving you that added boost with the yield. That's essentially where we're seeing investors use it today. We also see people using it as a hedge. Maybe they're buying the yield, the equity side, and they're hedging out the market risk. So there's ways to kind of strip out market risk and gives you that exposure. So there's ways people can use it tactically and strategically, but for the most part, any investor that's looking for yield today, and when people are getting less than 1% in the banks and they're getting 2% in their equities, and you can get maybe a 7% yield with something that moves within equity markets, it's a nice complement to a portfolio.
Well, congratulations, Joe, on the ETF, and thanks for joining us here at the New York Stock Exchange.